stern cleats, bronze Pelican hooks for the lifelines, stern cleat, pads for the winches, cockpit, tillers down below, traveler. There's the companionway steps, chart table, storage boxes inside, and battery for testing. There's a 12-volt outlet and a USB outlet, build switch pump. Here's the wiring for the coming in for the radio, which is not in place. Door locks, galley storage, nice deep sink, gravity feed water system, brand new force 10 stove, 2-burner gas stove, and oven, gimbal, cutting block on top, and inside handrails, bronze opening ports, a brand new LED light that has both white and red. Starboard side settee. There's the cozy cabin heater. Gimbaled lamp, oil lamp. See, the sliding doors are on each side, and they've got these top opening cabinets with a cleat to lock them in place for, let's see, the cushions all have these kind of velour covers. Underneath is a water resistant Naga hide cover, so if it gets wet you just take that off, wipe it off, and you got a dry bunk again. There's a locker. Another opening port. And by the way, there's back here are two 12-volt outlets. And on this side, on the starboard side, we've got the sliding doors with the cabinets with the cleats on them. And into the head, there's a platform that's sized for the C head. That's the letter C-HEAD, which is a composting head. Locker, toilet holder. It's not mounted yet. Here's the midships wiring harness. Coming back to a block for ready to connect to the mast wiring, and then also a LED light for the head. Wiring runs over here to another block, this is for powering the 12-volt outlets. We go in here to the V berth. So we have another 12-volt a pair of 12-volt outlets in here. And here on the starboard side of the V berth, we've got a magazine rack, and we've actually got two more of these magazine rack things, which was so we just didn't only keep that one. Here's the Keystone cushion, and here you can see it's got that water-resistant covering underneath the cover, and then it's got a nice, pretty Keystone piece, which also comes out. And then almost a second one at a lower level here. And then let's look here on the port side. Underneath the port side, all the other cushions are the same way. We have these are locking. They're latched in place so that they won't, you get knocked down really hard, they won't pop open. So it's got a spring-loaded latch. All these doors have they have spring-loaded hinges for starters to provide resistance to opening, and these are to provide some additional friction to help them stay closed. The companionway ladder lifts out. And this is where originally the engine compartment was at, which as you can see, really opens up the space underneath the cockpit. Right now I've got the packing gland apart for the rudder post. I'm going to put new packing in. Here's the starboard side cockpit drain seacock. They're Marilon seacocks that are they're not through bolted. They're bolted with lag bolts into a plate that's been fiberglassed into the hull. And I use the elbows here underneath the cockpit in order, which maybe slows it down for draining a bit, but it makes it much more convenient for getting under here and accessing the storage. So whereas before on a typical 28-foot Southern Cross, this is pretty much inaccessible storage space because of the engine. You can get way back up in there and jam stuff up in there. There's a battery shelf on the starboard side and a battery shelf on the port side. And then right there you can see the bronze plate for the starboard side series drogue. And then here's some blocks for wiring. Propane hose. There's a bilge pump hose. That's for the manual bilge pump, but there is also an electric bilge pump down there. I don't have the hose hooked up for it yet. I have a brand new electrical panel. It's all wired up. And then a compass, which you can see in the cockpit, but with this backside, you can also see it inside the cabin as well. And it's a lighted compass. Let me turn on the running lights on the panel. You probably can't see, it's too much daylight, but it turns on a small light inside the compass. So I think the key feature on this boat is the fact that it opens, without the engine, an inboard engine, it opens up a lot of space here. We also have these blocks here. I'll show how this works. These actually are latches to hold. It's actually a groove up in there, and those hook up in there, and that latch holds those in place. So it's a storage area for the hatch boards. And so there's one there, another one there, and another one there. Next folding table. Supposed to provide some additional support for that bulkhead, as well as the deck, and a handhold as well. Back here we can see the there's a brand new 2-burner stove.